Hello and welcome back to Arknights. I'm Luce, and tonight we're going to be continuing Chapter 12, All Quiet Under the Thunder. I'm feeling a bit better compared to last stream, but I don't want to push myself too much, so we're just going to continue the main story for tonight. And I'm not sure why it says not used today. I used up a few today, so... 13, next will be 17, and then 20. We might finish tonight if we're lucky, but I won't get my hopes too high. Alright, I want to do this on an adverse environment. The Trilby Ashers are going to be much more durable and all range Oh, it says all range tiles are no longer available for deployment. That's going to be very annoying, isn't it? Alright, let's see. Alright, please forgive any further coughing. Oh, but yes, we now know there are no, Actually, if there's no range at all, that's going to be rather annoying. Because that means... Well, I do have Guardians. They're just not any good at healing. I guess Jay can also heal. Mudrock, I really need to E2, but I lack Crystal Staircases. Those are just really expensive right now. I should probably start E2ing some more of, Guardians, just because I need some more healers beyond just, medics. But I should be fine here. Mudrock can take care of herself. Oh no, she's already E2. It's her masteries. Right, that's right. Yeah, her masteries I still need to work on. But I think this will suffice. And for the record, yes, I did have to purchase Mudrock from the shop. She did not come home at all. Very unfortunate, but she's been getting a lot of work done at least. And I guess we'll just have the Gummy act as our would-be healer. Reunion. The Trilby Asher, Rhodes Island, Dublin all converge in Norport, the situation growing further and more and more chaotic. Their siege status as Aslan royal family and Side Kings in her grasp render her the center of the maelstrom. Right. Now remember, that's a Rhodes Island uniform. Mr. Guard has a set of it, and if memory serves, Miss Susie went to Rhodes Island after leading Caledon too. They should be a good bunch. Why help Miss Susie otherwise? They're helping the affected too here, huh? Yeah, it's tough being the good ones. The good ones always choose too much responsibility themselves. Oh, well, some responsibilities weren't meant for anyone to bear. Yeah, sorry, hopefully I muted the mic in time before my coughing fit. There. Well, it was just a big cough, but still loud. It would have been very distracting, I imagine. Poor Rhodes Island. Maybe they went down the wrong path from Scare One, where one, like Nine said, injections and tablets won't solve all the apathy. The body can hurt less, but others won't change the way they look at you so easily. We need to force them to see us, hear our voices, and admit we're not just sores and ulcers on them. What do you think? You've been with me long enough, friends. Any brilliant ideas of what I just mentioned? Dublin! Reunion, you aren't part of our objective. So I'm guessing we can keep each other doing our own? Fine, leave then. Well, since Dublin is in the mix now, it's about time I get them evacuated. If I had a little more time, I could have talked a few more people over. For now, let's just rendezvous with her. Yeah, Red's from Susie's Golden Glow's story, so... I also know he's been highly requested to be an operator, but sadly, we never have. We'll never... but you never know, I guess. I mean, there was one character who only showed back way pants in the first Operational Intelligence and Vignette event, and only recently in the home server became playable, so some characters just take a very long time to get out of NPC hell. You call yourself a poet? Ms. Inez, another marvelous insight to share. I've met a few poets before, all far better than you, because they never misused their metaphors. Dust, sand, paper. Out on this plate, this nation, even the land itself. Who is the dust and who is the paper? And how are you, exactly, qualified to decide who's who? War doesn't do metaphor in any way. It's not some terrific journey. It's not some furnace for glory again. It's not some ship for sailing to revival. It's just people struggling in the mud. Arms broken and ruined, stenches that never fade. That's all it is. I know that better than anyone. We can all set aside our differences for now. I respect the views of a veteran mercenary, but I do need an answer to my proposal for promoting from pawn to friend. Inez. Here. What was Delphine's response? She agreed as long as we and her can leave the place alive. She already left for the comm station. The broadcast will be out imminently. Oh, that's a shame. We didn't need to go that far. You've turned down an invitation from Victoria itself. If I say, I want to say the Duke of Castro doesn't stand for all of Victoria, but I know damn well what his response is going to be. His wants to be, it will be soon enough. So all I've turned down is a lousy poet. Being clever won't help you, Doctor. Yeah, even he knows that I'm talking around it. Is this one of your little schemes too? Delphine, what are you... Run, there... You. The Brigadier. What a calamitous locale. Should I refer you to Captain of the Red Steel Guard? Or the Brigadier of Dublin? Such a surprise to see your people here. Yeah, the Dublin are basically a radicalized faction of Terran trying to get back at Victoria for oppressing them and dream like the shit will still taking all their stuff. Basically, it's supposed to be a not so subtle analogy for how the British Isles have treated the Irish. A lot of the conflicts are loosely based off of ones that happen in real life, but also just different enough to still be fantastical, like how the totally not Germany nation was once ruled by a witch king, and who ruled with dark magic. That's not quite anything that happened, but it's, it still feels like it's pretty unique. Finally, an end to the slog. Delphine and the doctor sought out the comm station, right? It'll go all smooth, and we can leave Newport. Figured out where you're off to after? I don't know. Anyone mucking around in Norport, gang, or that came out of an orphanage, or has just lost anyone else to fall back on. Goes for us too, pretty much. Ah, there'll be a way. Always some way to feed ourselves. Ah, maybe we'll go off and join the Rusthammers. They love to tell stories about them, don't they? Won't catch me dead being a Duke's estate refugee yet. Right down on my knees, begging his ivory tower shits for a bowl of gruel. Cador. I know. You still think I'm all about that naive shit. Let's all knock the daylights out of the sarcasm was. Bjart, I've lost enough living through all this. I can't just abandon the final specs I still have. All this pain and torment, if it crushes me stuff after all, I may as well be dead in an alley. It's hard to criticize being crushed, Cador. Nobody's actually got a spine of steel. That's true. Even thick skin is not the same thing as impenetrable skin. During the day, I went to the video shop. McClown wasn't there fighting over the luggage supply, so I thought we might have had an accident. He always thinks he's up to something, that weirdo. You've gone and drunk plenty of a squash, haven't you? Fine then, may live forevermore. Hey, alright? He's still alive? Front of the video shop was wretched. I'm guessing he's been raided a bunch. Tried calling for him, but no response. I thought he was hiding somewhere else till I saw him. The window all nailed shut, just a crack left. Saw his eyes, bulging from sockets covered in blood, terrified, desperate, didn't care to look at it again. I don't think he come out of there anymore. You say soft, you can call the map, but we know we're not far from that ourselves. Ha! We still have a chance to save all this. Though it will be tough, we have to survive the Sarkaz's likely counterattack and the artillery from the Duke's forces. That's not all impossible. Right now, we need to figure out what moves the Sarkaz barracks are going to make against us. Any on time to encourage us and remind us what we need to do, Your Majesty? How Brazil? Davia. Cador. Oh, might I have the privilege of your orders again? I'm wondering, what would you actually say a king is? Why, you take me as your vassal? No, I've said it 1,000 times. I'm just Vina of the Glasgow gang. I just realized I never honestly thought about this question before. Maybe I'm clueless how, aside from the praise, honor, and majesty, what a king actually is to you, or to us as a thing that exists. It doesn't, it's nothing. No king's ever meant shit to us. I'm happy to give my respect to the tuck stop owner who gives a discount, not got enough of my praise. Victoria's always had a king from ancient times. Yeah, and who were they? Because I'm terribly sorry. I'm not some hoity-toity Aslan or Draco, and I've never met one neither. And if they're nowhere except a few names in a book, then I know of Chef Vito off the Syracusan restaurant ads better than I do them. I guess it is hard to appreciate that long and storied history when you're in the middle of trying to survive, yeah. We haven't had a king for how many years? Are our lives any worse off? Oh, fine, maybe they are. But I really doubt it's anything to do with whether we've got a king or not. Don't care if it's you or whatever heavyweight taking the throw. You're not going to be looking down us here in the eye. By our definitions, a foolish king gets lost in banquets and wine, while a wise king draws up war and taxes. If you ask me, it's ego chasing no matter what. The vanity of thinking you can control everything. Full stop. Siege, everyone in Norport's boiling down to you as their one hope. So tell me, you having fun? You think saving them's your glorious bloody cunning? I've never said calling, never. Just, I think you're some kind of responsibility, like they're watching your new dancer. Some bloody mess you're in, poor Royal Highness. I'd ask, but you know full well, are they willing to pin their sights on you because you're a member of a street gang, because you're of your bombshell of a surname, Victoria? I'll be frank, I've just as much been hoping for someone to save all this, save all of us, as save this bloody endless cesspit, and who's going to do that? Quit dreaming. Daring to bear the responsibility is a fine moral thing that helps us muck our way in the streets, Sage, but don't give false hope with that king persona. And don't ever buy their right to expect this shit of you since the day you were born. We got visitors. We do them in? Don't jump to anything. We don't want to tip them off. We just need a grasp of how they're deployed for now. Something's off. Be on high alert. You lot. Don't get the wrong idea, sir. We're not here for trouble. Passing by. We're just passing by and all. Biar, didn't you say not to tip them off? Shit, I didn't do anything. This blood, he was already badly injured. He was fleeing this way. Someone in lockdown take him to task? Don't think so. Not like we haven't tried before. Maybe there's a chance to take one or two out, but this whole army's keeping us in here. Even if a sneak attack goes well, they'll retaliate fast. Unless... Is it usually this quiet around here? From atop the zone's walls, searchlights throw down beams of death pale white. They're well versed in the odors of pervade Newport, but here the smell of fresh blood fills the air. Get out fast! We need to gather every citizen we can to still find on this plate. I hope I muted the mic in time there. We still have word back of his Inez and the doctor. We'll have to assume for now their side's going smooth. Someone's already made a move here. You sure? I'm sure that's an Aslan. She's not part of our objective. That's fine. She'll make the call herself. Damn, the door here's been sealed. Doctor, stay behind me. Everyone, a warm welcome to Sunset Street Hotel. We haven't had this many esteemed visitors in a long time. Colbert, I told you to stay hidden. Not receiving guests at the door would be my failure as an owner of a hotel. I'm very sorry for how limited we are under our present conditions. I'd have complimentary tea brought to you all otherwise. Is there anything I might be able to help you with? Do you have normal water? I'm a bit thirsty, actually. All that I can, Sir Selfie. Old Wellington wasn't... Old Wellington wasn't willing to let this place off after all. Nor Duke Castor. Would you allow me to leave now? You and the blue-haired feline are staying. I imagine the Duke of Castor and Duke of Wellington have an unspoken agreement on the standing off against the Sarkaz front. As for the goals of each one of us, some unspoken agreement, too. I simply obey the orders I receive. Are all Terrans as dreary as you? My sense of humor is reserved for my friends. Oh, wonderful. I love making friends. Being Victorians, why don't we start by complaining about the weather? Oh yeah, Londinium's always been horrible, and it's only getting worse. We actually saw the sun some days 40 years ago. Our hotel was much better then, too. What an incredible place it was. I still remember the day when I first came as the doorman. I heard back then even the dukes enjoyed staying here. Your presence isn't needed, Sarkaz. Sir, I'm truly sorry, but I hope you regard me as the Victorian much like you. We are the people of Victoria, and what we do we need for tensions like this, do you not? Rare to see a Sarkaz self-identifying as Victorian. It is in your case much along the same lines as mine, miss. Us Sarkaz living outside of Kazal find some home for ourselves, yes? I'm afraid most Sarkaz don't think so. Hence why they're always so despondent, so weary. In my view, I've lived all my life here. Every wall and floor is familiar to me, far more familiar than a Casdell so far away. Pardon my negligence these days, but I'd wipe every table spotless by myself in older times. I was proud of my work. You should have seen what it was like back then. Oh, different times. They put me under the illusion that days like this would last forever. But times like those come to an end. Percival, it really is a shame you came to work here after the place declined. And to be honest, I don't really care that much. If I was ravaged by war and shakeable the rebels and everything else now, honestly, I might be taking things a little better myself. What hurts me most is, on an afternoon like all that used to be, I finished wiping the tables, lifting my head, and suddenly it hits me how old everything around me was, and I was clueless how it even happened. Alright, this is gonna be tricky. Yeah, and since I'm in the later half of the story chapter, I'm not going to hesitate to borrow units if I need to. Nor am I going to hesitate to use blatantly broken ones like Yato Alter.
For want of a nail, the kingdom was lost.
Mm, 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 mm.
As you ask.
When unblocked, all civilians cannot be
They have
blocked.
no position to evade.
Alright, I gotta be careful with that. Actually, I probably should have brought someone else now that I think about it. Mm, mm, mm,
Engaging. That all you got? Finally. Am I up?
mm, 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 mm,
They have no position to evade.
mm, mm.
So that's our target?
Darn it.
They have no position to evade.
Mm. I probably want to do it this way.
They have no path to escape.
Oh, shoot.
Let's just get this done with.
Alright, Thorns is ready there. Oh, shoot, he's,
A knight? You dare strike my shield with your spear? That's gonna end with you in pieces.
Damn it.
Go to pay first.
Damn it. Yeah, those Ashen Trilby guys are a big deal. Don't be sad, Mudrock. I'll get this done. I should use J instead of Bagpipe. But I do think I have this for the most part. Actually, yeah, I should have brought Stainless. It's not a big deal, but he can charge...
Target confirmed. They won't know what hit them.
Mm, mm, mm.
I have no doubt. They have no path to escape.
Very well.
They have no power to withstand. have no position
Yeah, those guys
to
are
advance.
clean.
So that's our target?
Damn it.
May it be my hostile mind worthy enemy.
Are you kidding?
Or art thou not for this jest?
They have no way to advance.
We still need a vanguard up here, so let's do that.
All at once.
There.
Get lost.
Engaging. Finally. Am I up?
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
There we go. Yeah, those guys were, yeah, the Trilby Ashens were the big pain, but there was more than one way to handle them. Siege devoid of any goal begins to doubt herself. Dublin forces, the Trilby Ashen resign, spar verbally over the comms, only to discover in the end it long ago. Morgan's brought back a few people already. They're getting their medicine now. Dog and Hannah are looking for anyone who might still be hidden among the ruins. You know the states a plate's been in these days. Barely anyone knows anyone will poke their face the street anymore. Bet there's a good few tucked away, shivering in the cubicles of some skyscraper, love off where there's scraps they can pick once it's night. Siege, you gonna find them all? I know I'm not ever going to be able to save every person. What matters is we let them know an evacuation is about to happen. Otherwise, once the Dukes start firing their artillery, the majority aren't going to realize that's their opportunity to leave, and let's find some way to hide. Even better. That's their choice. Maybe they'll be still alive after the Sarkaz leave. But they need to know there are other options. Fine, other options. There's a few places I heard signs of life from a day ago. I just hope I was just wild beasts digging the wreckage for scraps. Morgan, what's wrong? You look kind of funny. No, I'm fine. It's just I'm a little bit thrown. Old boy Strauss and Granny Amir got into a fight over a single job first aid inhibitor, one blinded the other in the eye. Me and Nami bust our asses getting them off each other again, but that eye's hopeless now. We didn't bring that much medicine in the first place, everyone's gathered outside. Some of them are in awful panic. They're worrying they might get infected, some of them haven't realized they already are infected. Amir says she hasn't been contacted by Inez on time, she needs to check in on her, the doctor and doing. I couldn't hang around any longer on my own, come catch my breath. You're real chummy with the people you brought back. I grew up here since I was a kid, after all. I'm willing to bet not even you or Hannah nor Norpor as well as I do, let alone Siege. You were always wandering back town whenever I had nothing to do. Yeah, forget the back of my hand. I know Norport like my palm. Every little crease and fold is where it goes. Vina, I was off trying to find all those people I'd known for yonks. I tried looking for McLaren again, and it's not that he won't respond to us. He's gone deaf now. I saw blood come out of his eyes. I have a quick note for him. Should have seen it clear as day, but he just went back and hid inside. And Karsh guy ran the record store, used to trick me into buying awful vinyls, just the stale stuff. Don't know how much money I wasted that is. His legs, one of his legs, nothing like the legs should look like. God knows how he shuffled over here. Brenda, the one doing important import clothes, she always let me fashion magazines from Lungman to read. I did some treatment for her burns, but Claire, Ito, I know each and every one of them. Vita, did we come back just so we could see all this? What the hell did we come back for? Vina, if all we can do is watch while this happens, if we don't have any way to change anything, maybe we should have forgotten about this place at all. You know I've read the hero sagas, terrific adventures, journeys, chivalry, and justice, defeating evil. But anyone outside that hero is just the backdrop to the legend. They just exist in the stories, the main character, someone to talk to, or a chance to grow. I always thought that was our kind of story. I was also bleeding proud of myself. But I know every one of them, God's sakes, I know all of them. There should be some bloody outline of Monster Rex Village, hero kills monster, it's not that simple. This is some cliche revenge story. Yeah, the one thing I've noticed is that pretty much everyone here has been fighting each other with, yeah, their own anger. I mean, even the Demazi Cluster says they've just been fighting with revenge, I guess. Problem is, as everyone says, an eye for an eye just leaves everyone blind. Hate can't be destroyed with more hate, but at the same time, I'd be lying if I said I had an easier solution. That shouldn't be. Morgan, I know it's your... Vina, Alexandra Victoria, did you come back to this country to take the crown rightfully yours, to create legends of yet another Aslan king, or did you come back home? I'm begging you, tell me, this isn't gonna be forever. You could tell me we just need to move a little longer. Tears fall from the face of someone Siege couldn't know any better. To her memory, she's practically never seen Morgan crying outside the video shop. The Side King's ice cold, the Side King's ever silent. The Excalibur may not have its power back, but we can't allow the Dukes to have it. All they want for it is to use another pawn in their schemes. Everyone else, what we need to do is figure out how well Siege can do it. Sorry, Vina, I don't blame you or anything. I'm just walking on the street. I looked up and it all hit me. We've lost Norport. We really have. Morgan, Vina, Hopefully this doesn't lead to Morgan's villain arc. Their friends back out, the room falls silent like all the past liveliness and merriment that took place. There was one long hallucination. The furnishings, same as they were hardly different from when they left. Nothing remains here. It's the same artwork, but this time she's alone. Over the prior days, Siege has constantly subconsciously been feeling the sword in the Side Kings. Once again, out of habit, she puts her hand to the hilt. She tries to feel some sort of energy, some motivation, even some kind of duty or preordained self-sacrificial identity would be fine. And again, she's left disappointed. What'd she come back for? Just to experience all this? Yeah, it seems like she does want to help since she knows that it's technically part of her destiny to do so, but the problem is, well, she doesn't know exactly what that destiny is supposed to actually be. I think I wouldn't be surprised if even getting the sword was part of Siege trying to get some answers herself as to what she needs to be doing here, but aside from coming back home and saving it, which is extremely broad, which is a good goal to have, but also extremely broad and not exactly specific. She doesn't know what her primary goal, how she's going to be going about it, or what the primary goal even should be, aside from just save home. I mean, whether she takes the throne afterward or simply returns to just being a gang leader, she can still save her home and have those. It's just a matter of what she want after all this. Did all that expectation simply fall upon the wrong person when it chose her? The sword and her teacher fostered too much of an illusion to the point that she could be some kind of symbol. She thought she could be some kind of symbol. She's never hated her own solution as badly as this. Morgan, maybe I came back so I wouldn't regret it, just so I wouldn't realize years later down the line that I never did anything I first could. I don't know where to go from here, but I just can't bear this. Yeah, she's completely lost and indecisive, but she also knows if she doesn't do something, she's going to regret it. And you know what? I am completely on her. I can completely get her from that. Is this a fable, Mr. Colbert? Are you attempting to describe Victoria? Fable? No, I don't like to beat around the bush. I'm just waxing nostalgic as I always do. We have to pass the time talking about something, sitting here. May I just say they pay more attention in the future, sarcasm Victoria. Terran, you make ample preparations. Presumably you brought a considerable headcount in. But on the other hand, I think you wouldn't want to be battling for life and death with us. Stay put here and behave, and nothing will happen. Are you out to monopolize technology of that airship? Actually, since and I should probably try and give him a stereotypical Irish accent. And did the Duke of Castor send you to this plate just to take out a walk? Come now, we can share. The Sarkaz defense of the airship can't be that lax. It wouldn't be an easy mission for anyone, certainly. But if we work together, this technology can belong to more than one Duke. It can be victorious. Oh, I don't care one bloody bit about Victoria. Well, seems you've made up your mind. You spoke that our goals are quite in agreement, synergy. In light of that, I would trouble you as little as I can, pet of Castor. And I thought you were dying to kill me a moment ago. Why, would you like me to apologize? Your mission failure would incur no more than a demotion in rank when your life is preserved in any case. If you are insistent on commendation and promotion from Duke Castor, you're welcome to try. Old Wellington's underlings are as stubborn as him. That much I have the privilege of seeing now. Fine, I can stay here and I'll yield to the airship's technology. But I stipulate something in exchange. It seems you're about to relate all the relationship again. Indeed, it does, Dr. Rhodes Island. Wow, this feels like that Star Wars scene where her Darth Vader keeps altering the deal. And everyone in Cloud City is just forced to deal with it because they know damn well they have absolutely no horse in the race against the nothing that can stand against the Empire. You refuse my offer of friendship, so being the pawn, you'll have to return. I'll be taking the Realm Blade, and the Windermere girl and Alexandrina must die here. Give it in, Miss Successor. I did not receive order. I did not receive orders to intervene in this. I'll take that as an agreement. As long as the deal's been made, the Duke of Castor Foreigner honors commitments, every single one. You've no worries, Brigadier. That's our foremost tenant. Inez. Understood. Does every Victorian do that? Never ask the people in question their opinion. I think Mr. Trilby Asher. I just told you a second ago, your metaphors suck. Calling us pawns, that's a metaphor. So Rhode Island's gonna hang on the ties of Duke of Windermere as his last thread? That's not a good idea. You're on the wrong team. We don't have to pick a team to start. Then you can only... Wait. Why, that Windermere girl. Such illusionist and shadow arts combined. Where is she? Rhodes. Impressive rapport, though, Mr. Trilby Asher. It's a question of our tenants, after all. Think about honoring commitments forever? No, a different one. Never let the winner take all. And this is all meaningless now, Terran. If this lot send their message out, the Duke's main fleets will be forced to push in. At that point, the airship goes to whoever takes it down, and it seems none of us will bring home the gold. Fine. Doctor, careful. Miss Inez, I made it. We saw the shadows outside the door. Oh, Rhodes Island, the Duke would rather not have a fallout with you. Didn't your actions now just tend to amount to a fallout? Fine, fine, feel free to apologize. Then may we meet again. Someday. I guess he just... Dublin Army corpses, they did set up people here. And the wounds are fresh, it couldn't have been made long ago. Blade cuts, some seem like they're even cauterized. If they're cauterized, then that means that they were hit with fire magic. Who's there? The room's oppressively vacant, no one responds. Delphine grips her dagger tight. Her mother always admonished her for not putting more energy into combat training. Being the daughter of the Duke of Windermere, her swordsmanship reputed, she got the confidence to take on most enemies. Comstate should be around here. What the hell? A tangled cord of wires comes in Delphine's view, but the device meant to attach them vanished without a trace. All that's left on the table is a thick layer of dust. Someone came around and took the comm stations beforehand. And I mean long beforehand. Which means this wasn't something that happened while we were actually here, or even recently. It was apparently removed long ago. Bad guys should give up. With the doctor on his side, they'll never beat us. Absurdus have a significantly higher attack. Casters are stronger, eh? First things first, we're gonna need another medic, and possibly a strong one. Oh yeah, Cal's has English voice acting now. She has no costumes now, but she gets a nice Bloodline of Combat one later.
Don't spare too much worry for me. Rhodes Island shouldn't be so fragile that one person's departure would leave it unable to proceed on. What is it? No, it's only a slightly hyperbolic supposition. No matter what, I thank you for your concern, Doctor. But more than myself, I am concerned for you. The path along which Amia grew into Rhodes Island's leader was considerably troubled. And the sacrifice
She sounds very tired, which honestly feels completely in character for her.
From the faintest glimpse you
She sounds a
caught
lot
in
younger than I
that
was
song of
expecting, and I
defense,
don't mean that in the
you will
haha Kelsid
gradually
old
come
meme.
to
I mean,
understand the meaning of it all. You can make your own choices, Doctor. Someone once told me that.
she's probably being Nightingale.
Is this the rendezvous point?
Alright, I think Gummy also has English voice acting. Let's see if that was added. Yep.
My shield? I can lift it easy. Раз, два, взяли! See? Oh, relax, Doctor. I'm not gonna drop it or anything. You don't have to stand all the way over there.
Yeah, I really like that they decided to give everyone their respective accents. That really adds a lot more personality to each character, right? At least I think so. And Gummy sounds absolutely adorable.
The bad guys who destroyed my hometown are gonna pay. I'll smash them with my frying pan.
Oh yeah, I like Gummy. I probably should E2 her at some point. My only concern is it might break. The only reason I haven't is actually largely because it might break some of my older stuff. Because if I E2 her, as you can see, her DP cost goes up. And that could break a lot of my autos, since most of my auto run stuff uses really old teams.
Gummy, ready to go.
Actually, I should probably bring someone ranged. Mages are probably my best interest to bring here. I really need to stop being. Well, I almost. I need to stop being lazy and get Amiya her module. I'm pretty close to it, though. I just haven't been using her very much. Because, well, I usually use Eben Kyobi, the Mint, one of the.
Of course. It's my
One of the
job to
phalanx
protect my
or
family.
mechacord casters.
Squad 11 of Self-Salvation Corps, joining up with Rose Island.
Yeah, the event's ending pretty soon anyway, so I really should be going all out on these stages here. Ah, so this time it's Iberia. Patience, Banshee. Those were the most forgettable days for me. I thought you wouldn't like it here. I certainly didn't like Iberia before that disaster, all that self-aggrandizing, also self-obsessed. I was through with it. They didn't understand fear. They didn't understand fear. Whereupon that disaster satisfied you? Oh, oh, I'm not some twisted psychopath like old Red Eye is. The disaster itself was nothing ordinary. When has the land ever been short of disaster? But those creatures fascinated me. I've only heard rumors. If I'll be honest, those things duly disturb me. They are too removed from us. Then how removed do you consider me from you, Banshee? You should know, no matter what aspect I take, none of it is the real me. Originium leaves an irrefutable brand upon all. It as you walk in form as you do upon this terra firma. But the one thing it forgot was the Damacy. Only we still preserve our firstborn form. Are you proud of your purity? No, no, with a world in a state like this, what does purity even mean? I can only chase after the changes it brings. I can only chase after you, chase all you create. Every manner of means possible I used. I found in Iberia, a wasted town. I moved in there. We moved in there. We made that town run anew. Work, communication, trade, traffic. 200 me's made up a small town. I can't say whether you're lucky or unlucky to have not fallen to insanity yet. Ha! Who knows? Maybe I was never sane to begin with. In any case, any time I spent here left a deep impression on me. The time I spent here left a deep impression on me with so much demand. I was drowning every day in it. It gave me a false sense that we lived meaningfully. But weariness came in the end, as it always does. Giving my undivided attention to the trivial was very amusing, but even summed all together, it still could not give me the answers I was seeking. Until I found them, the beings called Seaborn. I observed them for a very long time. They reminded you of yourself. No, in terms of unity, we far surpass the Seaborn and their many, if you can believe that. No matter how many appearances we divide into, we are in the end whole, while the Seaborn only have the choice of joining the many. But you know what? I envy them. They need nothing more than heed their basic instincts. Find food, nutrients, multiply, evolve. Perhaps that word you slung around, purity, should be falling on them. While I remained where I was, watching it all, watching those vigorated little beings assimilate with a swath of seagrass with them. They think nothing, they do what they're meant to do. And what of us? What of our instincts? What are we meant to do? Banshee, could you give us any suggestions? Are you laughing? Apologies, I'm not knocking you by far. They who would proclaim themselves the oldest king of the royal court, their majesties the Damacy, are simply looking for meaning in their life. It's a very important thing, of course it is. I just never would have thought that standing before me was a wayward philosopher, of course. Oh, would you ever guess the years I've spent a professor of philosophy at Victoria's universities? To you, seeking meaning's pretty easy. Excluding at least the least minority of existences, life can always be considered brief. If you find a goal for yourself, to stuff the days full of it isn't so tough. But we cannot do that. From your suggestions of Theris' future, none of it holds our interest. To us, it's nothing more than passing their time. Why do we hold affection for these things that can blink in the past the blink of an eye? We've exhausted practically every possibility, and practically every delight, too. I'm beginning to pity you, Damatzi. You found we were just some old decrepit nothing gets to anymore, no matter how you shout it. You just found out we're just some old decrepit nothing gets to anymore, no matter how loud you shout it. Not many know this secret. A few friends of mine taught me this silly game. Well, never mind. Go on, Banshee, you're more interested than you suppose. But you may have to wait a moment. Got some bothersome work hasn't come a knocking. Not here, that is, but I'm afraid we have to divert a little attention. The cluster of all their endless years bears their soul to the Banshees. In the wake of the fire of the hotel, the true chaos sits in. Everything's about to come to a head. What do you mean it's not there? I mean it's not there, for God's sakes. The comms port isn't there. There's nothing. Someone made off with it. Was it the Dublin forces? I'm afraid it was long before that. Judging by how thick the dust was, someone must have been eyeing it when Norport was just setting its course away from Londinium. The Red Steel God Captain would never genuinely be fooled by us. He'd be very quick to realize the projected message was never sent. But at the very least, we're back on the same starting line. We have a renewed opportunity to go for gold. First, there was you for the Duke of Casta, now Dublin Spectral Force. You all secretly infiltrated in this plate, which means you want to keep up Norfort's surface appearances. Without any way to force the Duke's main armies demobilizing, our plan's dead in the water. Never try that excuse again, Delphine. As long as your Duke mother learns we're still here, she'll find some way to save you, won't she? I can't guarantee. Admitting you get along with your mother is nothing to be ashamed of. Do you have an idea, Inez? What a pain in the ass. Looks like you can do it. I really hate that part of you. But alright, I can try. I need high elevation. Don't get your hopes up, though. Miss Inez, how much time will your idea need? Until sunup. Tell Siege and her friends to get ready. Well, I wish you all Godspeed, and I look forward to you choosing the Sunset Street Hotel again. I've spent some wonderful times here, and God knows are very fine people. Uh, Coughing fit again. Let me get some sip my drink here. I brought a soda this time since I am feeling a lot better than I was the other day, but I also brought some water because I probably need the regular stuff. Something sugary. I'm glad that I can have sugary stuff again. I just don't want to push myself quite yet. Norport's a very lovely, thriving place. Don't let it get reduced to memories and rubble like this. We promise, sir. There'll come an end to this conspiracy and dispute. That's a person. There's a person I truly miss who once told me, perhaps one day everyone in this vast land could fall into peaceful slumber. That sounds extremely ominous, Ami. Are you sure you want to go around quoting that? Oh, there's a backbreaker. This hotel's messier than anyone was before. People don't do their own cleaning, never know how difficult it is to maintain every bit of order. Percival, Percival. Oh, where's she off to now? Fine, leave this old codger by himself for a bit. The aged little hotel owner finds an equally aged little armchair and opts to find a comfortable position for sitting down. So that's Rabbit Girl. She's the king of Zarkaz. It's getting harder and harder to keep up with this change. Even I'm a little shocked. All this change, I'm a little shocked by it. Change. Maybe I've been slacking on that sort of change myself. Change is in progress after all. Alright, about time I bid well to this old friend. Tell the truth, I did love this place. 2 more months, you should have kept this up, Colbert. Who would have imagined, after 2 months of the Sarkaz army in the city, the old devils would go from cleaner to hotel. An old devil will go from cleaner to hotel owner. I just can't wrap my head around it. So he was once part of the Sarkaz army, but decided to retire to the... interesting. Every article here is near and dear to him. That Inez Capra says war doesn't do metaphor. Well then, let's restore it to its original looks. Upon a finely woven rug that's seen more political prayers and aristocrats than anyone could know, the elderly Sarkaz drops a lighter to lit a flame. Swiftly the fires rage high. Phew, the soldiers here. Were they all killed? Is the enemy here? If I found this earlier. Their families will receive compensation payouts. Well, if they have any, that is. We have to be on guard. No. Oh, do you look like that because you already know about this? Oh, this is part of your plan, too. It was military commission of Casdale's agreements. Sacrifice is unavoidable, mercenary. I thought our captain would have taught you this a long time ago. You're a general, and they're your soldiers. Yes, I'm a general, and this is my work. Be it our enemies or ourselves, I must cast aside each and every life in this gaping maw we call war, and pray it spits out the best ending we can wish for. This is all I can achieve in my position. Hence why I came. I came to give this all my full attention, to look over every pale young face here. I must remind myself that this is a decision I made. I will not say, hey, this is the price the sarcasm must pay, mercenary. The Victorians killed them, but it was I that let them be killed. Why do you have to do this way? To light a fire. Light a fire that will extend across this great land, and we, the Sarkaz, can find a place for ourselves, the room for us to exist only in such a divided land. Yeah, they're trying to solve vengeance with vengeance, and that's not going to work. It's just going to cause even more vengeance. Mercenary, you must learn to familiarize with it. Mold yourself to it. Be familiar, hate it, finally accept it. Because this is the only way. A bright blaze flames high from the lockdown zone. An old building, firstly building. Another accident? No, this is the first flame. Mercenary, come with me. We must find the airship. Our guests have already taken their seats. Battered and bruised. Oh yeah, there's actual missions to fight here, aren't there?
I need only do as the manual said, yes?
Down to work.
I have no doubt.
So that's okay.
There we are.
Am I up?
This is the battlefield. They have no position to evade. When 'tis a choice of life and death, why shouldst thou lay down thy arms?
Engage it. Ha! Standing by.
Very well.
They have no position to evade.
Oh, that's a little painful.
Flourish or perish.
Oh dear. I can do this way to help it out.
Standing by.
Oh, aren't you about to waste my precious time on the likes of you third-rate amateur?
Fight for Londinium! Victory for Londinians!
Who will you? I shall protect you. Let's begin. Fear not.
Alright, Rock, gonna need your damage here.
Standing by. I'm not watching my friends die again.
This is a little painful.
What are you planning?
Alright, we need Yato Altar for this.
My weapon chooses its word.
No holding back.
Finally.
As I said, we're in the end game now.
I'm here, Doctor. I can see the enemy's tracks.
I have no doubt. They have no power to withstand.
Get lost.
Yeah, true AoE is really nice. And the good news is, while Highmore cannot be healed by shining, her defense buff still activates on her, which is nice.
Engaging.
About time. Fight for Londinium! Victory for Londinians!
They have no position. You dare strike my shield with your spear? That's gonna end with you in pieces.
I'm here, Doctor. It's up to us to protect our homes. They have no way to advance.
There we go. I'm a real big fan of rock that's for sure. I'm a bit iffy on maxing the level of casters due to how resistance is percentage based in this game rather than a fixed flat number like attack to defense, but I guess I could think about it. I'm also tempted to max level Heidi if only because people always question why I have mine raised instead of Scotty Alter, because I don't have Scotty Alter. She was a limited 6-star unit who only ever had one raid up. We're only a few hours away from the sunrise Missy has stipulated. We have to hurry to pace our evacuation up. Say, you haven't forgotten something even more important. Haven't you forgotten something even more important, Rhode Island? The airship too, huh? Yeah, and we are Dublin are starting from the same starting line again. Which means time's of the essence. To forever abide by commands is not solely what we ask ourselves, but those we make deals with too. Finally made it. I almost got off by the red steel god boy. Her Grace is very dissatisfied with your indolence. Your methods are too tepid. Or is it your coaxing Aladrina, playing on her sympathies? That's a very grave accusation. I'm unconditionally loyal to Her Grace. That much is obvious. We'll review your excuses in hindsight. For now, there's simply no time. Stay put, Rhodes Islanders. What are you doing? Arts in black, just as the fresh intel described. You kept it very well hidden. To think, this goddess of the Sarkaz is very Lord of Fiends. Interesting. Perhaps this is an issue that can't be solved without you. Poet did not recognize this as a further failure of duties. By what means does Her Grace hope for me to remedy this? While you were chatting with Dublin, we had the position of the airship's dock confirmed. It is treacherous in there, but our fresh intel tells us the Lord of Fiends will have some way to handle it. So, little Lord of Fiends, you'll cooperate, won't you? And what about the Windermere girl? Forget trying to make up for things. Technology that airship is our #1 priority. If it's so important they don't even care about getting an actual guaranteed one-up over one of their political opponents, it must be huge. I think we've notified about everyone we could find, and that caps off all we could do. Hami isn't back yet, neither the doctor nor Inez have been in touch. Looks like somewhere's caught fire again. That's where the hotel is. Better go take a look. Huh. Delphine, what are you sprinting here for? Where's the Rhode Island lot? I'll lay this out straight. Listen, Alexandrina. Ami and the doctor got pushed by the chubby act of fulfilling that deal. Need to find the airship. Duke Wellington's army is on the plate already. Afraid Duke Castor's reinforcements are here too. They're all about to win the technology behind that Sarkaz ship. None of them will let their rivals take advantage of getting it first. Frankly, I think the Sarkaz might actually just beat them, since they're all more worried about fighting each other for the tech. Norport's becomes the Duke wrestling ring. Surprising exactly no one. What are the broadcasts? Pushing the Dukes to officially attack in this place. Missy Inez says she'll do all she can to make that happen. What are you telling us? She says she needs till sunrise. Got it. Assuming the Dukes go with the direct confrontation, how much time do we still have? As long as Miss Inez succeeds, Duke of Windermere's high-speed warship will be approaching not long after the sun comes up. You got a hell of a lot of people gathered here. The people who aren't probably already got the news. Anyone who does want to come with us will probably with the procession. So I suggest before the Duke's warship officially encroaches, we continue to wait here. With the present circumstances, going on the street is not a good idea. Doesn't matter if it's Wellington or Castor, they will not hold back against anyone they think is in their way. No, we're better off leaving now. The Sarkaz barracks around the barricade will get ambushed. Odds are more than likely some Duke's forces did it. We should get as close as we can to the part of the wall that's thin defenses while it's still night. More importantly, we need to let them all know everyone's still peeping from their windows that what we said is true. The evacuation isn't some scheme to nab blast the reserves. It's not a Sarkaz trap to wipe them out. We're establishing trusted challenge, and the one only way to do it is for them to see real action. Hoarder. Here's a book she asked me for last time. I spent an age searching those London libraries, not even knowing Victorian. Grab some poor feline in the end to find your stuff. Thanks. Sometimes I see you writing and drawing in this blank book too. You don't just read, you write your own stuff too. I've never been to Casdal, but they have there's a whole Sarkaz University there. Are you a teacher there? Nah, I'm just like you, putting my life up for sale. Well, these books are that really fun to read? They all end fine, but similar events are happening over and over. All the authors can really do is make fine enough endings, and I've gotten sick of it. General Manfred made us lock you in here, but I wasn't giving any further orders. How did you offend him? Maybe just thought jail would be more peaceful for me. It's easier in here to do whatever I'd actually like to do. That's reading? Really are a boring guy then. I hear Sarka's about to get some real good news real soon. So good it'll stun the land. It's just gonna be another war. Has anyone ever told you you're a drag to talk to? Honestly, yeah. Seriously, what a drag. Anyway, I'm changing shifts. You bathe in there. Don't forget, you promised to pay me for the books. Royal Court soldier's silhouette disappears with a wobble to the end of the corridor. Very soon, a different set comes in. Hoarder waits, but there's only quiet. Yeah, my nose is itching a lot too. Not as much as before, but more recent. I'm not using the avatar. It would just look a little bit weird with how often I'm rubbing my nose. The crew all above the airship now. Understood. Paprika. Here. Have you ever read a book called The History of Sarka's War? No. You should. I have a copy in my drawer. You can take it. Isn't it a fancy story? It is history and alls. Oh, you said that already. Then you shouldn't be asking that sort of question. The Trilby Ashers ascertain Namia's status. Siege draws up plans. I disapprove of near every viewpoint expressed in it. The weakness, grief, crushing, but still, I recognize that as a book whose pages are soaked in blood. How the writer described the war we're seeing right now. Truth be told, I'm as curious as you.
I know my drone better than anyone else. It can't do that on its own. The fact that you've used it so effectively just shows how great a commander you are, Doctor.
Excellent. A boss fight. Interesting. Oh my, I can't actually deploy anyone on the top lane. Do I just have to hope my ranged units can kill them then? Don't look up, don't stare. Allies have a greatly reduced cost limit. Interesting, there's no gimmicks other than... Oh, it's 0. If it's a 0 sanity one, then this is pure story. In that case, let me grab a sip of my water and I'll dive right in. Alrighty. Highmore is great, but I'm probably going to want a sniper here. Technically, Ash is stronger, but I like Cruise Alter more.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to slack off.
So this is the airship. All our attempts to infiltrate it end in failure. Anyone who approached simply vanished in thin air. Is there some kind of sarcasm with trap? Surely Lord of Fiends would know how to neutralize it. It's Theresa here, but I can't feel... A heavy pressure comes over. Ami is being forced to help penetrate the defense systems. Ascalon arrives in the nick of time, but she must face the Revenant. Sarkaz. The Demazi cluster formally meets Ablana. This was hinted at in When the Firelight cast that Ablana was going to be meeting. So everything truly is coming to a head now. It is far too thick, too cruel to be described or spoken of. Ami can barely stand. What is this? What are you doing, Lord of Fiends? Don't try anything funny. Neutralize with your witchcraft or else. Ascalon. Sorry I'm late. Calm down, Ascalon. This was all my colleague's plan. I tried to talk him out of it. I don't intend to harm you, Doctor. We're just getting a deal done. You'll be the witness. Then get out of my way. You're really pale. You can't feel it because you're not Sarkaz. We're coming to face with our history. The sum of the Sarkaz millennium of suffering. It's angry, it's scheming, and it's making all of us listen to it. No wonder. The Dukes are going to be disappointed. There's no engineering or technology that can be copied here. The ship itself is a revenant. Wait, what? The ship itself oh, wow. So how did the Sarkaz live? How did they live in the beginning? The Elders and the Ancients had not come upon the land yet. All things were how they would be. Then they came. They killed, slaughtered. They brought barbarianism raised upon the land. Their fangs and claws were not just pointed at each other, but us as well. The proud Sarkaz never surrendered. We fought back. We fought rage with rage. They will taste the fruit of vengeance, but Kazdal will destroy the blink of an eye. Despicable. They stopped at nothing. They were cunning, shameless, cruel. How dare they trample upon pure Kazdel? How dare they? Ah, the voices. Don't let it affect you, Amia. Resist the illusion. I see. So the airship isn't giant technology. It's basically a giant living weapon, which also explains why they can't, why the Dukes won't be able to use any of its technology for themselves. They don't have this power since it's inherent to Sarkaz. Not that they'd be against using forbidden magic, I imagine. It's just that they aren't capable because their bloodline lacks its power. Kazdel was destroyed. The King of Sarkaz and the royal court led us in the fight against the scum. The Sarkaz will not permit such a shameful failure. Those cowardly who call themselves the Sancta deserted their duty. They betrayed their people and themselves. Ever since Guiding Ahead, there has been a prevailing theory that the Sancta may actually be an offshoot of the Sarkaz, which is kind of funny since traditional, well, biblical lore, demons are actually fallen angels, but it seems here angels are simply fallen demons. The walls fell again, and with it our dream. No matter, the traitors will be purged. Kazdel will stand again. As long as the King of Sarkaz stands, we will never fall. The shadows. No, it's like the shadows of Inez Zarts. What is it? Get out of the airship shadow, Doctor. It wiggles, stretches. The other Trilby Asher, whom he knocked on the ground, disappears on the dark ocean. What the hell is this? Suffocating black despair, fury. The King of Sarkaz will lead us. 34 times did Kazdel fall. 675 times did Kazdel fall. 3,421 times did Kazdel fall. The shortest it took ever was 3 days, between the rebuilding of the walls and the hoofs of the Pegasi, the Pegasen, the trample and dust. Yeah, I think I mentioned before, but the plural of a Pegasus, well, Pegasus is just an individual in Greek lore, but if you were to pluralize it, it would definitely, you can blame My Little Pony for making me look this up. But yes, the plural for Pegasus and for more than one Pegasus should be Pegason for the same reason multiple Sparta. The plural of Sparta is Spartan and not Sparti. Time and again, Kazdel was destroyed. Time and again, it was rebuilt. Time has changed our faces and theirs, but the way has never ended. Our resistance never wavered. But each rebuilding of Kazdel took longer than the previous one. Our civilization is devastated, our art's forgotten. We still have our hatred. The King of Sarkaz will slay our foes with it. I'm proud of this, and of our unwavering resolve. But what do I see? I think it was a twisted chimera. Yeah, I think I briefly mentioned it in the last story chapter, but the King of Sarkaz title was given to Therasun. When she died, she passed on to Amia, which is why Amia is a mix of the rabbit species and her inherited Sarkaz genes. An outblood king? The King of Sarkaz who stands before me is an outblood? The crown is not yours to wear, the pain is not yours to stand with, the fury is not yours. Answer me, impostor, answer me, fraud, answer the Revenant's question. The Revenant. Open your eyes and see, false king. What do you see? I see. Don't look on me, it's the Revenant's witchcraft. I saw tears, deep heavy sorrow. Has the sorrow always been with you? Sorrow? This is no sorrow. I feel no sorrow anymore. You have scorched your wound with the flames of rage. It's painful. I know what is real and what's false. Answer my question. How dare you, twisted out blood, how dare you carry the burden of the Sarkaz? Ascalon stumbles. Are you okay, Ascalon? I'm fine. Amia, she looks up towards the great shadow of the Revenant. You cannot see her face. You only know she's looking up. You're right. I see. I have seen. I've seen it all. All 3,421 destructions. Every brick turned to ash. I saw the resistance of every king of Sarkaz. Their hearts, each and every one of them. I saw the tears and blood swallowed, the dust and broken pieces. Familiar silhouettes fall, overlapping one another. Familiar scenes replay themselves. I have seen. I see. I will see. I never averted my eyes, Revenant. I will remember. Every hard decision, every death and sacrifice, every destruction, every hope. I made you see, Chimera. I made you see! Imposter. There's not a single moment I do not experience it. Feel the burning flames, but you... Yes, you see it like a map, like a play, a mere passerby watching from above the cliffs. I mean, that's going to be true for anyone born to this generation, but... I denounce you, false king. I despise you, not because you're foolishness, not because your arrogance or conceit, because you can never truly stand with us. Oh, but I've tried. Tried? You could try not to avert your eyes. We still turn away every time you choose. You're not sarcasm, you never will be. The souls reject you. You call our fate pain. You say you try to endure it, but we're fated to be buried by it for eternity. You say you have your courage. The day comes you can take it no more. You can't abandon us. I won't. How many seasons have been? How dare you promise that you won't? You will because you can. How could sarcasm pick such a king? How could they accept such a king? There's a wand to me. She says we can share in the same feelings if we're not the same blood. Then she was a fool. If you truly share these same feelings, now that you've seen it all, why would you come before me? Why did you try to stop this war? I... Amiya finds herself at a loss for words. Why does she want to stop the war? She's seen the anger, the pain, and the longing. Why does she want it? There's no other way. No sarcasm could come with any other answer, after coming face to face with it all. But she realized that for an instant, she understood Theris's choice. Drown tears with tears, bury suffering with suffering. Only scorch earth will bring new life. But I renounce this path. The Revenant was right. She renounced that she can never truly stand with them. She can leave. Get out! Get out of us! The shadow wriggles, splitting apart, so thick it seems to take physical form. With the chaotic shadow, the Revenant emerges from the empty shipyard. Hello there, Big One. Eblana. The purple flame impacts the black shadow. You interest me, Revenant. What ember will you leave behind when you burn? That Draco. Eblana. Nothing in the mission belief said that she'd show up. Hurry! Amiya, I'm fine. Here, hold on to me. Doctor, you're right, I can't stand with them. Maybe that's why it has to be with you. Or maybe that's why it has to be you. The Draco's fire is getting closer. She's strong. We should try to fight her here. I actually did want to use Reed Alter a bit more this chapter, since she's actually been a lot of fun to use in the event since I got her, but unfortunately, the way this event works, there's simply not enough places that I can use her. There's large numbers of enemies that she'd love to face, don't get me wrong. The problem is there's a lot of invisibility and such that makes it very hard to take full advantage. She's strong, we shouldn't try to fight her. Huh, interesting. Rhodes Island. I seem to hear that name often recently. Mm. Mm. General, the Draco! Pay no heed. Her flames burn nothing but her own short-sighted ambition. Lead us away from here, Great Revenant. The shipyard's too small for your fury. The noises of the Outblood are not worth your time. I've heard from the Regent. He is ready. Things are going to start coming to a head soon. Your Royal Highness, the Sarkaz airship's taken off and slowly turning towards Londinium. Battleship squadrons are ready to intercept the parameter. Our regiments are also assembling. Oh, Duke of Windermere's fleet are already deployed near the plate. The Duke of Castor's ships are also in movement and likely approach in short order. Looks like everyone cares a lot about this place. Do they? Aren't the Dukes a little late? Oh, the manager of the hotel. What are you doing here? Are you a sarcasm mole in Londinium? No. Colbert is the sarcasm cleaner who thinks he's Victorian. Ah. And what about you? We? Ah, that's a really good effect they got there with the artwork. Dang. We, just some poor souls made to come out and work while having a chat with a friend. You're such a spoilsport, Draco. Why not have a little chat? Why not have a little chat with me? Give us a break. Let's get this over with. We're able to defeat Ablana in the event, but even that was just Reed facing her sister in her head.
A smith's gotta be ready to pay the debts accrued by the weapons she forges.
The
Eblana,
battlefield,
leader of Dublin, the Draco who burns through
place
all
where lives are
facades.
taken.
I most definitely want to keep this area under my control.
Picked a good place for me.
Actually, I probably could have had Reed here, but...
On alert.
Yeah, Blana's just removing the disguises for us. That's rather ideal, actually.
Go ahead. Where do you think
Might as well
you're
use her
going?
skill to expedite this effect. Oh, wow, yeah, I need to use that. Alright, I'm gonna get Thorn's backup really
About
sooner
time.
rather than later.
Hold the barricades!
This is the battlefield.
Ready to deploy my drones.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have more facing up here because I don't know how many of them are going to be a problem.
I'm here, Doctor. Rock 18, track the enemy.
Interesting, I can't attack the Damazi
I'm
clusters?
here, Doctor. I can see the enemy's tracks.
Tis but a flash in a drift of time.
Okay, so the Damazi clusters and Ablana are not going to count against me. In fact, they might technically count as escort targets. Ooh, but this chapter is definitely a big warning that I'm gonna have to fight Damazi disguises soon, too. Oh, of course, it's those guys.
Go ahead. Where do you think you're going?
So that's our target? Flurry! Finally. Am I up?
Standing by. Doctor, where do you need me?
Doctor, I should protect you.
Acknowledged.
So that's our target? Flurry!
There we are.
Finally. Am I up?
Excellent. Yeah, I need backup there. I should have been prepared for the Firelight Cast's enemies. Ablana has the ability to
Fight
restore
the very
corpses to
end.
life.
That's our destiny.
Yeah, the big thing about the Reed and her sister's fire, it's not the fire of death, it's the fire of life. It can kill things, but it's much stronger with life. Even if more of a twisted form of it. If sacrifice an avoid, why not save them for the Reaper? Now more enemies will appear. Oh goody. At least this is the one where I finally get Morgan. Wishes you would contact her through her boss. If you'd like to jealous anyone on your nerves, the street fight expert's a smart choice. Honestly, I should probably E2 Indra first. Well, I'll give her a try and see how it feels. I have looked up her kit, and she's definitely designed to be a Helidrop specialist. Yes, I'm fine using potions for this. Oh, but yeah, I need to be careful. Because, yeah, if I break these supply, I start making a much easier path for enemies to take. And that's not gonna be fun. Still, I think I might be able to make do with Eben here.
This
Because
power
he does
is
not
mine.
target adjacent
However,
tiles,
Rose Island has need of it,
only ones in
so I
front of
will
him.
employ it to its fullest.
The abandoned.
A smith's gotta be ready to pay the debts accrued by the weapons she forges.
Hello, everyone over there. You can breathe easy. What's the line?
Does not attack. Periodically
I'm just
summons
your
seeds of
average
withering.
mechanic.
I don't know what those are, but something tells me they're not going to be very fun.
Don't make any more noise.
Oh, I remember what those are now. Oh, that's absolutely frustrating.
It's not my wish to take sides.
So that's our fight or flee. It's no use.
Wow. That was embarrassing.
Is this how despair feels?
I guess S3 is going to be required if I want to use Yato here, because I need to get rid of those things.
The success of our mission is assured.
Prolonged casting makes my headaches flare up, and I even hallucinate if I'm unlucky. Let's make it a blitzkrieg, shall we?
Go ahead. Stand still.
Dang it. Nope, no good. Hello, good NT Red. No, welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, Eben's a lot of fun. I just love how he just straight up deletes stuff most of the time.
More tired
I know he's
than
not the
usual.
most efficient caster, but he is
apologize.
pretty fun to use as a nuke. Alright, now I need to reevaluate this. Ultimately, the main issue seems to be DP, but I can't... It's not just a matter of I guess I can try and bring Myrtle for that.
There's a mission?
I'm not a fan of flag bearers because, well, I spent a very long time before I purchased my good guards here from the shop. Like Thorn, Silverash, they never came home from pulls. I had to buy them from the shop each time. I think Silverash might have come after because he's got a surprisingly high potential now that I look at him. Sheesh. But I do remember the first copy didn't come from pulling. I had to buy him from the shop. But Vanguards, Saga, Siege, they came right away. I'm surprised. Eben's definitely going to be good for nuking those guys out of the sky. The problem is I need to get high enough for that. How about instead of Stainless, I bring, J? Yeah, a merchant. Then again, bringing a merchant while I have DP generation down might not be the best idea, but who cares?
War. Ever inevitable.
Relax, the targets aren't that bad. Hmm? I have to get serious now.
There we are. There we are.
Standing by.
Don't make any more noise. Ooh, we're counting on you again today, little apple. Oh, is it my turn?
I'm feeling a bit better here, but
Flourish or perish.
damn it. Oh, that's not good. $16 enemies. So there's not very many enemies here. It's just,
Retreat at once, while there's still time.
huh. Let's see here. This is pretty tricky. Yeah, at the end of the day, I need to shoot those things out of the sky, but they are very, very durable. Then again, maybe I did have something going with Myrtle, but the thing is Myrtle can't fight, so let's go with Saga instead first this time. Use her to generate, and then I'll use the others to clear out the, what's it called? The supplies.
Compassion saves no one on the battlefield.
Relax, the targets aren't that bad. On alert. Oh, is it my stand still?
I will flee, it's no use!
Wow, that did nothing.
I will flee, it's no use!
Well, that did one thing good.
I'm here to help.
Myrtle to take some of the brunt would be good, I think. Well, balls.
Oh, is it my
Oh,
turn?
lovely. Even more of these guys. That's not massively frustrating at all.
Victory and loss are insignificant moments in an endless cycle.
I haven't even seen half the damn enemies because I die so early. Drone collector. Okay, it's got the triangle, so if I do get enough DP to deploy Eben, he will focus it down. Although frustratingly, it says here it has higher magic resistance than physical. Although I wish it would give me the straight up numbers. That'd be nice. Stops attacking, healing nearby unit. I actually might
There's a
want this
mission?
just to be sure I can
Go!
keep... Okay, if I use her in Saga, I think I can keep the two healed to a good degree. Even without a medic. But it's going to be a bit tricky.
Let's go!
That
Good
deployment
scenery here,
cost
Doctor.
The
generation's
battlefield,
always been an annoying tag in
a place
contingent
where
contract, and
lives
it's
are
not any
taken.
less frustrating here.
Gather around me, guys! Don't make any more noise. Hurry!
Well, that was annoying.
Gather around me, guys!
Well, I guess I'll have to do it this way then. And that's not helping at all, is it? Not in the least, is it?
That all you got? Standing by.
Sigh. Wow. They're just dying too quickly for me to actually do anything. Now, I know there has to be a gimmick to this, something I'm just clearly
This falls
missing.
on me. You make a retreat and grant me one more attempt.
I could do it on normal mode, but what would that even change? I could borrow a unit, but again, I'm not sure what the strategy I need to have is here. It seems like I want to kill those things before they drop too much on me, but at the same time, how
A
can I
smith's
do
gotta
that?
be ready to pay the debts accrued by the weapons she forges.
Relax, the targets aren't that bad. Hmm? I have
Right.
to get serious now.
Hello Pixel, welcome to stream. And yes, I have tried a sniper. I tried Cruise Alter, she died instantly. Yeah, it's not working. I wanted to use Eben, but I can't deploy him in time. I simply don't get enough DP. Although I suppose, since expenses are part of the matter, I should try Ash.
It's ready.
Let's go! I'm here to help. Relax, the targets aren't that bad. Ooh, I have to get serious now.
Let's go.
Of course, she has absolutely no prioritization of the actual... No, that's... What am I saying? That's she's outside of its range.
Hurry!
Standing by.
Ready to go. Target spotted. Ready to go.
Tis but a flash in the drift.
I have to get serious now.
That all you got? Finally. Am I up?
Yes, agony, ever etched on our hearts.
Alright, once I got the
Yes,
shields up, that should
I'm
be fine.
listening.
Ready to go. Clear.
Oh wow, they can't be stunned. That's a pain in the ass I'm gonna have to deal with, isn't it? I probably should put thorns a bit further, but since they're going to go through those middle, once I get the they get the chance. Whatever, I'll worry about it later.
This is
I need to put as much healing as I can here.
I'm all stocked up. Watch for the blast!
Yeah, see what I said about snipers just instantly dying?
Doctor, my power is all yours now. Get around me, guys! Stop still!
Is that all you got?
That was a mistake.
Am I up?
Let's just get this done with.
Decaying.
Finally. Am I up?
Well, at least that one can hit aerial units.
Let's go!
And once again, that did absolutely nothing.
Hey, little apple.
How much defense do these things have? Sheesh.
Oh, you dare strike my shield with your spear? That's gonna end with you in pieces.
Very well.
Damn it! We had all of it! But of course, because everything that matters is immune to stun, nah, I couldn't... Damn it. I don't even think borrowing anyone's gonna help here. I don't mind it. It's not like I'm gonna be farming here anytime soon. Actually, I think that person gives me an idea, because I do actually have a fully built April. Does April have English voice acting yet? Not yet. But I do have April, and fast redeploy sniper should be helpful here. At the very least, you can't do worse than Ash did, who didn't do jack shit.
We're heading out. Remember, mind your cover. I'm here to help. Don't worry. You got me. Whew, almost dozed
Damn it,
off.
DP generation's always so slow, and the worst part is I'm on 2 times, and yet it's still at a snail's pace. That's fine, I expected this.
Ready to go! Stay clear of the blast!
She has camo, so I should be safe to do this. Of course, that doesn't help when, yeah, that. She's attacking absolutely nothing of value. Lovely.
Standing by.
I'm all stocked. Get clear!
This is the battlefield.
Not ideal, but it's gonna have to do.
Doctor, I can protect you.
Yeah, this is no good. I don't even know how I did it last time. I'd have actually won if that stupid... damn it!
Oh, despair fields.
I know Ash is good. She's at XU tier at the very least, but... she has not been having a good track record for me. I think I even showed it during my, had some trouble using her during the Monster Hunter stream, because while it was great that her stuns knocked the enemies out of the air, she knocked them enemies out of the air and then immediately started firing other stuff. XU built? I do not have XU at all, no. In fact, I probably wouldn't, because Ash largely fills a lot of similar roles. I should probably at least get Ash's module, too. That might help her a good bit as well. Like I said, Ash is a genuinely good unit. I'm just really bad at utilizing her properly. Chen the Holiday is going to be useless here because those things will kill her. I just don't have enough DP generation. Even if I had Exo, I don't think she'd do any better than Ashe here, if we're honest. She still has to build up her offensive recovery skill before she can really get going. Just wonder. Technically, Ashe does quite a bit of damage as well. She completely clears stuff out that Cruise Alter can't, thanks to her skills here. Plus, her skill 3 has a nice niche. It's not needed too often, but knocking enemies into a wall and blowing them up is always a neat utility.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Let's go.
Truth be told, Ashe probably would if I had raised her other skills, but...
Ready to go. Clear.
Oh, damn it! Son of... I didn't put Yato... For some reason, I canceled out Yato Alter when she kills those and takes the attention. It seems wearing them down with the Yato Alter is not a bad idea. Ashe is way worse because her damage multipliers from stun target. Even so, Exu still has wind-up time, and again, I don't even have her, so... It'd be like telling me to use Scotty Alter instead of Heidi, because... Yeah, I agree Scotty Alter is better, but I also don't have her, so I have to make do with what I got.
Ooh, almost dozed off. Gather around me, guys.
Move.
Standing by.
Ready to go. Stay clear of the blast.
Flourish or perish.
Ooh, almost we're counting on you again today, little apple.
Well, that ate most of them there.
Don't make any more noise.
Yes.
Shields up, shields up, shields up.
Ever etched on our hearts.
I don't like that.
Ooh, almost gather around me, guys.
Get clear.
It's not my wish to take lives.
There we are.
Standing by.
Ooh, almost dozed off.
Very well.
I might be able to distract some of them for a bit, I think.
I have to get serious now.
Finally.
Not enough.
Am I up?
Go ahead.
Cruise Alter, do your thing. Oh, that's not fun.
Is that all you got? Finally. Am I up?
Alright, we're not losing this badly. Better deployment is a bit vague, but I get what you're getting at.
I have to get serious now.
Is that all you got?
Crap.
Go ahead. Stand still.
What are you planning?
They're not in range of that yet. At least April's doing some good work here. Never underestimate April. I got her built her for my Rabbits team, but she has never let me down since.
Finally. Am
She
I
did
up?
her job. She distracted those guys.
Oh, is it my bye?
Made up your mind. Hostile mind worthy enemy.
There we
Or
go.
art thou
I knew
not
that was
of
cutting it a
just
bit close, but Silver Ash has pretty good range on his skill 3. That was a lot closer than it should have been, but hey, even beat on a verse. There are more people following than I thought. They don't necessarily think they have a better chance with you. I understand. They just don't Dan Mike because they trust me. They just don't have any other choice. Footsteps are convincing. The more people join us, less others will hesitate. When we and Royal House arrive at the Barclade, there will be more cannon fodder? I'll be standing at the fork door. Hey, what's up in the sky? The airship, they're taking off! The battle caused an explosion in the blockade. Glasgow one evacuation. Bard goes missing. Siege leads effort. This is our... No, that's... Shoot, it's a Blonus fire. The crowd falls silent, gazing at the airship above. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I think it was mostly like the one fight from chapter 7 or 8. The one with all the, where you basically have to run a stealth mission to protect the one NPC from all the drones. It's really daunting when you first look into it, but once you approach in the right way, it actually gets a lot easier. Yeah, this chapter started with war getting declared, and now things have only been getting worse for the civilians. And of course, the Damazi cluster is making me wonder if anyone we've met in the story has actually been real, or if it's just been handled by them the whole time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In their eyes reflect the purple eerie flames, slowly pulling towards the ground. The cold flame impacts the earth, sparks driving the crowd as though they have mind of their own. The fire spreads uncontrollably, engulfing the refugees. They fall to the ground screaming. Then their lifeless bodies rise, purple flame of desire rising, dead silence. All bore witness to this miracle. Another of the devil's tricks? They won't even let us die? No, no, this is a dragon's magic. The flames of life. The rain of purple fire, like the mantle of death itself. Fear spreads within the crowd. Sounds broken, replaced by panic. Get away from the fire! Hurry! Houses by the street are burning. Do you see that, Siege? What? The purple fire is beyond the Sarkaz. I've heard stories of the dead coming to battle life. Stories about a Draco. The leader of Dublin. The red dragon of Avarice. She's here. Her flame descends upon us. She hides her ambition no more, Siege. I don't care who she is. All I care is that we need to run now. Look out! Looks like age has not taught you any patience. Why do you fear my fire if you're so eager to fight me? Or have you forsaken the intelligence you were once so proud of once you began serving the region? Sorry, I've been a bit under the weather lately, which is also why I felt the mostly VN story here would be a nice way to stream without pushing myself too much. Interesting, little Draco. Your fire is very interesting. If you know about our existence, then you know that this vessel is simply one of our innumerable fragments. This is simply a little warning, delivered in passing. You are not in our field of view. Your soul is too shallow and barren. You do not even attempt to hide the flame of ambition, the desire of power in your eyes. Unlike the Banshee whom we were speaking to, even now, we're not even interested in asking any questions to you. Open and too serious. It was a lot worse earlier in the week, I can tell you that much. But I'm feeling a lot better now, yeah. I've had to put off the Halloween special till November because of that, but... Yeah, if it happens, it happens. Most people aren't too bothered by a special being a bit late, so hopefully it'll be fine. I'd have no need to hide. My fire burns away all, as it does now. I can't wait until the cluster of Damazi kneels before me in flames. Do you hear the sound of screaming beneath your feet, hatchling? I lead them. They adore me. This is my duty. You do not understand, ancient wanderer. Many years ago, the country beneath our feet was not the force it is today. We met a Draco in southern Victoria, one as young as you are now. I lead them and they adore me. He said those same words before his death in battle. His brood submitted to the Empire's glow, whether it was those who made peace with the Aslan, or you. How do you think you compare to your conquering forefathers? You're not worthy to speak of my kin's suffering, and I'm not worthy to speak of the Red Dragon who wrote the history of Tara. But the beautiful memories you speak of have left Tara a long time ago. The old Draco Kings were no greater than we are. We sought fairness. He made his Ice and I made mine. You long live, boast the seasons you've seen, the scope of your knowledge. But the wealth that you are so proud of has not changed your life in the slightest. How pathetic. Observe and seek. That is all you have in your years, no? Neither of us has eased the others a welcome guest. Why not end this point in this argument? Thank you, Lord Draco, for making this chore somewhat interesting. You remember me, Damazi. There will be a chapter with my name in it in a long and winding journey. I was able to defeat Ablana in the Reed event by tanking her with Zerny. Yeah, people say Nightingale can make someone immune to res because she basically gives someone 40 passive. Well, wait till you see Zerny and his over 90 resistance. And so she does Ablana does a metric buttload of arts damage, but 90% damage arts resistance kind of ends that argument. I'm sure there's some better ways to defeat her, honestly, but I just liked that I was able to use Zerny to good effect. He's always been a fun one. The fire outside. Now is no time to stare. Pack it up and let's catch up with Morgan? Do you regret what you said to Vina earlier? I don't know why when it came out I didn't blame her. I wanted someone to tell me the night was over, that everything would have gotten better. That someone used to be Vina. Remember this tape? You spent a pretty penny to get it from McLaren. Bastard lied to me. Said it was limited edition, worth a lot. Well, he wasn't wrong. How many times did I watch it with Vina on the sofa? 10, 20? Tell you what, grab it and we'll all watch it for the 21st time when we get out of here and find a new hideout. How about that? She never changed, did she? It was Norport that changed. Speaking of that video, this one I haven't notified. You go first. I'll tell Vina I'll catch up soon. The lights by the streets of Norport have gone out. Only the purple flame spreading through the city light the Biard's path. Burning silhouettes stare blankly at the sky. Listening call of the leader. But the dark night conceals the airship in the sky. Not even the purple flames reaching towards the skies could reveal it. Damn, where are those people, those things looking at? I'd find McLaren, meet up with Vina. It's not safe. I think he lives over here. It's too dark. I should bring my flashlight. The his neon sign used to be lit all night long. Those burning things that better not jump me like those movie monsters. Third from the left, third from the left. There! McLaren! Next house is burning. We have to go. No one answers. All she hears is the crackling of fire in the wood. Barrett presses her ear to the gap and hears the faint chattering of teeth and agitated breath echo. McLaren, thank heavens you're alive. Oh, Morgana says he's death. I need a pen. Got in my pocket. Need to go. I'm BR. Take the planks down. Read the note. Buddy hell, do you see it or not? There's no time. I need to go in. Okay, I'll just pry your windows open. Barrett widens the gap with her knife, then tries to pry him open the handle. Almost there, almost there. Go away. We're talking, I can't hear you. The plank's that tough. Hang in there. Get away from me. What are you saying? Damn, the fire's spreading quickly. Hurry. Last two. Do you see me, McLaren? Come to the door. Fire's spreading. We're out of time. Look this way. Isn't it clear enough? Get away from me. Stand back. I'll kick the last planks in. Stay away. A silver flash. Barrett takes a step back, touches her cheek, and finds it wet with warm liquid. What the? McLaren? The familiar shop owner stands by the door, blood flowing from his ears, dry on his neck. Orgium crystals cover a large part of them. Morgan's right. He's likely gone deaf. He's muttering going in the light of the room, oblivious to everything else. Otherwise, he would not have been so frightened when he saw her staying outside, would not swing his knife. Or perhaps not. He would have done so no matter who opened the door. The calamity outside has taken his hearing and almost everything else he had. He stands alone with his knife, fragile planks between the world and the last bit of food he has. This is mine. I have nothing left. McLaren. I want to live, please. I've given everything else. What do you still want from me? This is mine. Look at me. It's Bjard. I'll take care of you. Put down your knife. Take my hand. Put down your knife. Can you read it? The fire's spreading. We've no time. I'll come quickly. No need to be scared. Finally, she's the once familiar shop owner in his entirety. She finds it is not a lamp that illuminates the room, but a tiny projector they spent countless days and nights with. I'll take your hand and help you up. I want to live. You will. We all will. Bjard touches the feeble arm. Her heart skips a beat. The solidness of the Urgium crystals beneath the soft muscles. It's okay. We'll all live. You'll open up a new video shop. I'll have the new gym. Relax. I'm gonna take the knife. You're safe. You don't need it. Thank you. She slowly reaches out. There's a little bump under his clothes. The last food he has left. She takes the knife. The muscles trembling man relaxed the first time in days. Bjard sees emotion other than fear. Perhaps he recognized her. The thing in the bump falls out from under his clothes. It's just an empty can. We can go now. That's mine. He exhales and picks up the empty can. But this is empty. She feels sharp pain. The knife that should have been in her hands now halfway inside her. McLaren was the one who seized her. Mine, mine, mine. I'll live. Food. He stumbles toward and snatches away the meaningless empty can. I'll live, I'll protect myself. He anxiously looks for a new weapon. He sees the butterfly knife, delirious eyes reflected. Bjard had the knife for a long time. When the members of the Glasgow gang are children, Bjard brought it at the flea market at a discount and never left her side since. It's seen many battles and celebrations. It's not particularly valuable, nor did Bjard particularly treasure it. It just became a habit. But Karen's struggle was feeble. One stab took almost the strength he had left, but Bjard found she could not fight back. He gasped a few pulls, the strength he has left. The blade almost pierces his neck. Careful, don't hurt yourself. She cannot lift her arm, releases the knife. The man takes the weapon, cradles the key, stumbles in the light of the inferno. It's gotta get Hannah to wrap it up. Hope she learned how to do it gently in her time out there. Cough, cough. McLaren, you bastard. I don't remember owing you any money. Leastwise, I can't remember. I'll have to catch up. Vino will worry. I hope this doesn't end as badly as the end of Lost Belt 6, that's for sure. I won't spoil it, but I don't think there's much I can say without spoiling, actually. That's probably the last group that would follow us. Flames are burning fierce. Looks like we made it, Doctor. Can you run, Amia? Yes, I'm fine. Hurry, while... Seems like the airship taking off was enough to get the Duke's attention. Is that the Duke of Windermere's horses? I don't know, and I have no time to care. We have to go, Siege. We can't wait for the Dukes and Sarkas to have it out. No, Bjard's not here yet. 2 minutes, no one. Bjard's fast. You see those walking cocks on the tree? Who knows if they don't want a piece of us? Even if we got away from the bombing and the fire. We have no time. Where's Bjard, Morgan? She went to look for the video shop owner. It's on the far side. What's more important to you, subjects or a gang? That's the question you need to answer, sooner or later. Where are you going, Cuddor? I'm just a Glasgow punk. You don't need to think about things you have to, Your Highness. Bjard's one of my own, so I've got to be the one to take care of her. I look forward to seeing whether you keep your promise and always stand for the people. I hope you do. I see. Yeah, he's telling her she has until. Yeah, she's basically let him worry about the individual gang members because we need Siege to lead the escape effort. No one else can. He squeezes past the silent crowd and goes back to the blockade area. Let me go, Morgan. Say something, Vena. Hannah's that McLaren. At the end of the line, he just joined it. Cador stops in his tracks. The cowering man at the end looks around gingerly, then disappears the crowd. McLaren. It's him. Bjard's caught up. That thing in his hand. Bjard's around here. Wait, how did McLaren end up with Bald's knife? Morgan finds the answer. She unsleds the knife from the video owner's hand, and tears rush wide, but she cannot wipe them away. She needs both her to stop Indra from trying to squeeze past the crowd. Let me go, Morgan. I'll sock you. You saw it, Vina. Bjard. Strength. Vina never wanted it so much. A little, a lot. The strength of anger, strength of sorrow, anything. Anything to shatter all that lies before her. Anything to make things right again. Even just a little bit. Even if it was just enough for her to turn around, to find a friend she's not yet had time to catch up with. Kingsgath is heavy in her hands. It's almost immovable. There's nothing. Your Royal Highness, are we not going? You'll take us away from here, yes? Don't call me Your Highness. I'm not anybody's Highness. No, never mind. Stay your post, Indra. We break the walls now. You'll leave Bjard behind after we've done so much since? I understand, and I know she's not willingly part with us again, unless she had no choice, as we do not. Then why'd we come back to Norport then? Maybe coming back was more than just about coming back. The moment we all stepped in the soil of our home. Let go of Hannah, Morgan. Have some faith in the Glasgow gang. We're no wimps. Remember we fought those little battles when we were little? Vina, for the Glasgow gang. For Glasgow. Oh, bastards, wait for us, Bjard. For the Glasgow gang. The walls that block the escape of the people of Norport lie before them, but there's no longer Sarkaz bows and guns on it. Freedom's in sight. The oppressed raise their hands high and push forth. Siege raises her sword high again. It's still just a piece of metal, not a single sheen. She does not remember whether she swung it. Perhaps it's just the result of countless hands pushing at the same time. The wall falls. Sometimes it doesn't need to actually get swung to do its job. Oh right, we have a reward to pick up now. And it's Morgan.
Alright, Doctor. I'm Morgan. Venus said you'd like some assistance from me. I've got brains to pick and brawn with a machete. Whatever you need, love, just ask.
Doctor, I'm just back from patrol.
Where?
Safest houses all around. You can break for a bit longer.
Might as well add this
The
here.
tenser the state of things, the more you need a proper stretch now and then.
Actually, I should do this with just low-level ones right now. Mm.
Not bad, not bad. Learned a thing or two. In exchange, why not have a copy of How to Fight with the Glasgow Gang? Well, I'm honoured. Oh, you've got a sharp eye, Doctor. Just like Vina.
Oh, this one I can use the more expensive stuff.
Not bad, not bad. Learned a thing or two. In exchange, why not have a copy of How to Fight with the Glasgow Gang?
I'm kind of debating if I want to E2 her, but then again, it might not hurt. I don't have very many... She does make a nice hella drop option. I've mostly just been using Bagpipe for that. And I'm not someone who does max level contingency contracts or whatever, so it doesn't really matter. Or if I maximize on Bagpipe or not. I mean, you saw in the last mission, all I was using her for was to guarantee that, I usually use her so that Siege and Saga begin with one charge of their effect immediately on deployment. Let's see here. Starting DP and cost for some enemies are different. Oh boy, that's not going to be massively frustrating, is it? No air raid alarms. Wish everyone was pleasant dreams. Oh crap, no air raid alarms. That means there's going to be more of these, aren't they? I probably don't need April this time, but I will need some more here.
Through my creations, both pain and joy become immortal.
I only have a handful of units at max level here. In the general sense, I usually just keep everyone at module level, since anything past that is usually... But you can tell which ones are my favorites based on who's maxed out. The supports here, like Stainless and Ak, are also M9. Although, granted, it helps their M9 candidates to begin with, which is always nice. Alright, let me grab a sip of my drink and I'll continue the story here. Alrighty, here we go. Thank you for accepting my plea, Damatsi. It's not a difficult wish to grant. Coincidentally, we just freed ourselves from some nastier things, a classroom. You end up inviting us here in the end? A rational and reasonable decision, Golding. You always did say you saw yourself as a teacher, after all. I think I shall die here today. You're set on this? Leto will be very sad. I have to do it. Why are you so hung up on this? You're right, why am I? I can't let go of the children. I worry they can't find a place to belong in our current world. I can't let go of Molly either. She's a good girl, but doesn't know how to protect herself. And of course, there's Heidi, but I've let her down. I hope she won't resent me. Probably a difficult thing to do, seeing as how I've caused the death of so many. I've deserved resentment coming my way. Goldie, you know dying like this won't change anything. Honestly, we're confused by your decision. In our long-lived experience, it isn't rare to see one embrace death. We're still puzzled by it. We're familiar with the words sacrifice, repellence, guilt, and perhaps even more. The final outcome always leads to death. Sorry, but this is just such a futile act to us. Death holds such little meaning and isn't worth such an obsession. Death is just death. I know what you mean, Damatsi. I understand what you're saying. If I wish to make amends for the Self-Salvation Corps members, perhaps a better choice would have been to simply live on, care for the families left behind, heal the suffering in their stead. But I know I cannot do that. I can't possibly face all that. I'm just so scared. Is facing death easier than facing your fears? Perhaps. I've always run away from things. I thought I could keep living as long as I avoided getting caught in the tide. But when does one stop running and admit that one's life has truly fallen apart? When does one admit that one's old life never existed in the first place? I can't bring myself to face all of this. So I'd rather choose die before I completely succumb to my despair. Let me lie to myself, just this once, Damatzi. That's, kind of depressing, I guess. Oh, it's taking her form. You've taken my form. Don't get the wrong idea, Golding. We don't actually like our job that much. We won't deceive those precious to you. We just want a better understanding of your feelings. It's a difficult emotion to understand, so we can only try and feel it firsthand. You've asked me before how to live a life. How am I even supposed to come up with an answer? Then again, now that I've realized my own powerlessness, choosing to give up could also count as a choice, right? Give up. Leto also has said this before. No, it's not about giving up on yourself and letting life wash over you. It's also to give up on the act of living. Give up on living, you say? All these experiences, whether they hold joy or pain, there isn't really a need to hold on to them so tightly, right? In fact, you feel as though you're in the middle of a labyrinth and you realize the walls are in fact made of such experiences. That's kind of the thing. The choice to just live isn't a choice you make just once now, is it? It's one you'll make countless times throughout life. And I guess Golding has finally decided she feels like the other option's better for whatever reason. I wouldn't even call this a struggle. It truly is a coward's choice, but at least I won't stand by their side again, right? I'm just so tired of it all. Good night, Golding. Sigh. I'm at my limit. I really am so tired. At the very least, Glasgow gang managed to reunite while I'm still here. I hope they can all get away safely. Bayard staggers to a wall, slowly sits herself down, drawing a long bloodstain behind her. Her hand's already going numb. She tries to make a fist, but no avail. Ha! Death sure hurts a lot more than I imagined. Hurts more than when Hannah sucked me in the jaw. She turns her head and spots a corpse not far, lean and emaciated. He seems to have died a few days ago. It suddenly occurs to how familiar the face is. So this is where you end up, Mr. Next accommodation. A can of meat lays, its contents completely cleaned out without even a bit remaining. BR blinks a few times as a struggle. Something strange about the poor man's side. From the floor, it's curvy black lines. Words and diagrams. Only now does BR realize he'd picked another pen to write with, a battered charcoal pencil, a tool far less respectable than his prestigious fountain pen. She touches her on the pocket. The fine fountain that belonged to him is still with her. It's a shame Mr. McLaren never read the final words written by this gorgeous pen. She manages to drag the body with some difficulty towards the writing on the wall. Her body towards the wall. Carefully makes out the tiny handwriting. She laughs off, coughing. Thesis on heraldry as an application by the Fellow Royal Victorian of the Academy of Science. Mister, you chose to wrote this of all the things you could have written. It's totally useless. Bayard skips over long, stupefying paragraphs of research references. The paper then ends, well, rather abruptly. After a blank page is an angry note from the man on how he'd forgotten some important material he wanted to add. His desperation shows with how broken the writing eventually fades off the page. At some point, he seems to have begun writing his wishes instead. I hope the genealogy of the Ashworth family can manifest my hand soon. I hope editors can understand how significant my work is, increase my book advance. I hope Professor won't be angry at me. Those were just academic arguments, and I still respect him very much. Fine, if I get this chance, I'm willing to concede the debate, share some of his tea again. I'm hungry. I could go for some fried fins sold in the street corner. I hope Jane hasn't forgotten me. I love her just as much as when I left her. I'm a scoundrel. I hope those kids at the gym are doing alright. I want to drink 3 million barrels of whiskey. Aunt Sarah, I'm sorry. He'd to have grown up to be such a bad child. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, who would I even grant my wishes? I've prayed as hard as I can to beings I know and don't. Praying to gods he's never heard of or seen before. Well, we all deal with the end in different ways, I guess is the best way to put it. Bloody hell, who even grants his wishes? I pray as hard as I can to beings I know and don't. Even if that linguistic liberi cleric showed up in front of me, I'd give him a thrashing for sure. Alright, fine. I hope that everyone's wishes come true and that everyone can be happy, safe, and healthy, live their best lives. Every single one. I hope no one will suffer any more or be tortured. Everyone can be smiling. The tears will evaporate this great land along with hunger. I hope all this wasn't in vain. I hope all this... A long scratch mark with the writing shows there. Well, I guess this is it. She raised her hand with much difficulty. The pen nubs almost dried out to make several marks for her, leaving a short black ink. I hope so too. Dang, they're not holding back on the feels this chapter, are they? Good night.
Target confirmed. They won't know what hit them.
Alright, so we're gonna have to deal with more of those, which I honestly expected, but still was kind of hoping would not be the case. But the good news is I have a better idea of how to handle them now. I wouldn't mind using Eben. In fact, he might be worth considering if I can get my DP under control. No, DP has to go first.
Good scenery here, Doctor.
Ha! Standing by.
Oops. This is fine. This is fine. Everything on fire. Actually, everything is, so appropriate.
If I were flee, it's no use.
Alright, well, we have at least one approval. Okay, good. 25, that's a bit easier to deal with. That's an enemy, of course. This is not good, is it?
This is...
Or I can just let Thorns die, that works too.
Retreat at once, while there's still time.
My concern is I might be getting a little too tired to properly focus here. And given my condition, I'm not sure if I want to keep pushing it. I know it's a bit earlier than I usually do, but maybe it'll be good to raid someone and call it a night. So let me just take a quick look here. Alright. So it looks like Nin the Fulf is doing Spark the Electric Jester, so I'll go ahead and raid him then. Alright. Next time I'll be finishing the chapter for sure, though, since the thing mentions that there's 3. And that might be good. I should also seriously consider Morgan, since I know, hold on, let me show that off before I
Doctor,
head on out here.
I'm just back from patrol. Safest houses all around. You can break for a bit longer. The tenser the state of things, the more you need a proper
Home ground
selection.
advantage. Yeah, she does not consume deployment slots and all quiet on the thunder. That is an absolutely absurd thing to have. Especially since the entire gimmick of the chapter is you don't get to have any DP or deployment slots. Alright, but I guess that's going to be all for now. But so, I'm gonna go ahead and... Alright, as I mentioned, we're going to be raiding Nin. Be sure to give them all the love. They're playing Sparky Electric Chester right now, which I believe is a Sonic-adjacent game, kind of like the Freedom Planet game I played a little while ago. But yeah, otherwise, until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.